Welcome to Lively Lewis Stories.
Buckle up, because you're about to join Levi and Ivy on an adventure.
All you need is your imagination, and off we
go! Lively Lewis Stories!
Welcome back to the exciting conclusion of the Kindness Forest. When we last left off, Ivy, Levi, Charlie, Benny, and Henry had set off through the forest to continue spreading kindness as they looked for a mean old troll.
This troll in question had moved to the area of the enchanted forest where these animals lived and had taken over. Drinking all their fresh water, eating all their berries, nuts, apples, leaving trash everywhere, and
stinking up the place.
Yep, I was going to say that. Also, he thought only of himself and didn't treat anyone or the land around him with respect, compassion, or kindness. That's why Charlie, a sweet squirrel who called the enchanted forest home, asked Levi and Ivy to join him and come up with a way to help their situation.
The animals just wanted their home back. They wanted to once again live in peace and harmony and to not be afraid of the mean old troll and his mean old ways. So after Levi, Ivy, and Charlie created a plan with some of the animals in the forest, they set out to spread kindness all around, hoping that some of it would rub off on the troll and turn him nice.
So now that we're all caught up, let's jump right into the final part of our story.
This kindness thing sure is fun, said Henry the Hawk as he flew over Levi and Ivy's head as they made their way further into the enchanted forest. I forgot how nice it felt to be nice. That's really wonderful to hear, replied Ivy with a big smile. I'm hoping when we meet the troll, he'll have the same reaction to our kindness that you did. Yeah, I'm hoping he was nice at one point and can remember how that felt and that you can always go back to that way of thinking and acting, added Levi. It's never too late to be nice. As they continued along, Benny the bunny hopped along beside them. He was little, but his heart was so big. He did all he could to be kind and friendly to every animal they saw. This is so much fun, said Benny. I can't wait to meet that troll. There's no way he'll be able to be mean once he meets us. That's right, giggled Charlie. We're the kindness crew, and spreading kindness is what we do. I can't wait to see that troll's big frown turn into a big smile when we teach him that being nice is the way to be, squawked Henry. Oh yeah, I bet he'll change his mean old troll ways and become the nicest, kindest, sweetest troll ever to live in this forest, said a voice from behind the group. They all thought it was someone else saying it, so they didn't think much of it until the voice kept going. Or you'll meet the troll and he'll be so mean and grumpy that no amount of kindness can change him, or he'll send you all running back to your little magical enchanted houses, the voice continued, shaking under your little beds and hoping that mean old troll doesn't eat up all your precious little apples and drink up all your sparkling cool water again this week.
That doesn't sound like something Levi, Ivy, Charlie, Benny, or Henry would say. And they would all soon realize that as one by one they turned around and found themselves face to face with the troll! He was small, but seemed larger than life with an overwhelmingly negative energy. His hair was messy and his clothes were stained with dirt and berry juice. With his eyebrows turned down and scowl on his face, he didn't need to speak another word. The message he was sending out was quite clear. Stay away from me. The troll didn't look interested in joining the kindness crew, let alone listening to anything they had to say. Ivy, Levi, Charlie, Benny, and Henry all quickly huddled together, just staring at the troll. None of them were sure what to do or what to say. What do we have here? The troll began as he slowly walked toward the nervous group. A bunch of do-gooders trying to spread kindness through the forest? Well, isn't that just the sweetest thing I've ever heard? Levi and Ivy, something tells me he doesn't really think it's the sweetest thing, whispered Benny. You're absolutely right, replied Levi as Benny jumped up into his hands. I hope you haven't gotten your hopes up of finding me and turning me into some lovey-dovey troll who would rather help others rather than help himself, snarled the troll, because I'll save you the time and the effort. I'm not changing. And you and all the other animals in this little forest better get used to it.
Levi, Ivy, Charlie, Benny, and Henry didn't know what to do. Then all of a sudden, Ivy stepped forward. "Okay," she said, trying to sound strong and unafraid. "What did you say?" asked the troll, sounding confused. "You're fine with what I just said? You don't want to try to change me?" "No, I'm not fine with what you said, and yes, I do wish we could change your unkind ways, but if you don't want to change, then there's little we can do," said Ivy. "That's not how these conversations usually go," said the troll, sounding mad. "You're supposed to either run away upset or try to take me on. But I'm so much stronger and I'll win and I'll get my way no matter what." "Well, not today," added Levi as he stood right next to Ivy. "Today, we don't want to run or fight. We want to ask you one question. Why do you act this way?" "Because I'm a mean old troll, that's why," shouted the troll. "Because that's the way everyone thinks I should act, so that's what I do." "Do you think you should act like that?" asked Benny. Well, yeah, I guess so. I don't know," said the troll, sounding a bit confused. "Have you ever been nice?" asked Henry. "I know how easy it is to get caught up only thinking of yourself. It becomes easy to only answer to yourself, and before you know it, you don't have to answer to anyone ever again, because when you act unkind and mean, no one wants to be around you."
The troll just stood there. His once angry and scary face now looked sad and lonely, because what Henry said was exactly how he was feeling. "No one has ever stopped long enough to talk to me like this," said the troll. "But yes, I used to be nice." Levi, Ivy, Charlie, Benny, and Henry all stepped in a bit closer to listen to the troll. Something, they would find out, no one had done in a very long time. "First off, my name is Bo. I tried to make friends when I first found this part of the enchanted forest, but every time I tried to talk with an animal, they would run away," Bo began. "They said I was too big and I looked mean. They didn't even know me. How would they know if I was mean?" Bo went on to tell the kindness crew that the animals he met never wanted to get to know him. They already had formed opinions about him. So after trying for a long time to make others like him, he decided to just be what they thought he was, a mean old troll. "That's when I started to eat all your food, drink all your water, and not care or focus on anyone but me," sighed Bo, looking sad. "I didn't like the way it made me feel at first, but then it just became who I was, and I never looked back. Until today. Thank you so much for talking to me." Henry walked up to Bo and put a wing around his broad shoulders.
"I know just how you feel," Henry said. "It's just the way I felt before I met this group. They made me feel understood, accepted, and included, and changed my whole world. They taught me that being kind is powerful, and that I, and now you, have the power to make others feel good, smile, and know that someone is looking out for them." "It's a pretty great feeling," said Bo in a low voice as a smile returned to his face. "I haven't smiled in a long time. It feels really good." "And you have a great smile," said Ivy. "I'm so happy that we could help you today by showing kindness and compassion. We've been working with the animals in the forest to show more kindness, so I think you should give them another chance." Bo looked nervous, not like the mean old troll everyone had made him out to be. He just needed a friend, and lucky for him, he found 5 that day. Aside from kindness and compassion, they taught Bo empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. He learned from them to be true to his heart, and his heart told him to be kind, no matter what anyone else thought of him. The kindness crew walked Bo back into the enchanted forest and introduced him to all the animals there. They were cautious at first, but once they allowed themselves to get to know Bo, they realized they had a lot in common. Bo promised not to take all their food and water, litter anymore, or scare them. And in turn, the animals apologized for not getting to know the real Bo from the beginning. "We'd be happy to have you here with us," said Charlie to Bo. "Thank you so much, but I live in another part of the forest with my family," said Bo. "I think it's important that I go back and share all that I learned from you with them. Spread kindness a little further through the forest." "But you'll come back and visit, right?" asked Henry and Benny. "Of course," replied Bo. "I'd miss my new friends too much not to." They all smiled and waved goodbye to Bo as he walked off. But before he left, he reached into the pocket of his vest he was wearing and grabbed something small, bouncy, and bright orange. "Here you go, Charlie," said Bo, tossing the object to him. "I found this in the woods. When I come back, we can all play together." As it flew through the air, Levi called out, "My bouncy ball!" He reached out and grabbed it as Bo disappeared into the sunset. Charlie just smiled and said, "I knew we'd find that bouncy ball." "Eric, are you crying? That's so sweet."
I mean, it's just such a great story. Bo needed a friend and found 5 of them through kindness, and Levi got his bouncy ball back. What could be better than that? But that's not where the story ends. Levi and Ivy, we can't thank you enough for helping us solve our troll problem, said Charlie, giving his new friends a big hug. We'd love to have you stay for dinner. That's when Levi and Ivy's eyes got wide. Oh no! Dinner! They both exclaimed. We told Mom and Dad we'd be home for dinner, said Levi. We have to go, replied Ivy. Charlie, we loved meeting you, Benny, Henry, and all the other animals in the enchanted forest, said Levi. This will be a day we'll never forget. We hope you keep the kindness crew running until we come back, said Ivy with a smile. Of course, said Charlie. We can't wait to see you both again.
As Levi and Ivy ran back through the giant evergreen trees to their bikes, they turned to each other with a look of disbelief. Did that really just happen? Asked Ivy. It felt like a dream, replied Levi. But I think it's the best adventure we've ever had. I think we really made a difference. Kindness and compassion are always a good place to start, smiled Ivy as they jumped on their bikes and headed home. Yes, they made it home for dinner. Yes, Levi got his bright orange bouncy ball back. Yes, they had quite the story to tell their parents. Yes, they continued to spread kindness everywhere they went. And yes, they returned to visit with Charlie, Henry, Benny, Bo, and all the animals in the enchanted forest as often as they could.
Even though our story is over, we hope you'll remember it always. How taking the time to listen, be kind, and show compassion can change someone's whole world. Even yours. Until next time, remember, kindness and compassion are always a good place to start.
Did you learn a lesson from this story?
If so, what was it?
And parents, do your kids have a story idea?
Leave a comment on our Apple Podcast review page with 5 stars, the idea, and your kid's name for a chance to join Levi and Ivy on their next adventure. Until next time.
Thanks for listening.